Hey guys, welcome back, and yes, we are at another part of our Technobabble Upgrade Project. And I gotta admit, at first I wasn't actually going to upgrade this, and I'm talking about my editing workstation monitor. Now, I have a pretty good monitor and it's over here, alright? So that's the Prism Plus PG270 Pro, a really good Quad HD monitor, and I've done a full review of that as well. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link to that in the video description below. Now, to be honest, that monitor has been working perfectly, no issues. I still use it to edit my videos, and everything was good until I reviewed the LG 27GN950. Alright, so that's a 4K gaming monitor, and I reviewed that already, so you can go check that out. But I mean, it's a gaming monitor, but it had really good color gamut coverage, and that real estate of having a 4K screen compared to a 2K or a Quad HD screen, I thought wouldn't be that big a deal until I started using it and I realized that I had so much more real estate on the screen. It was after that, and then I returned that monitor, and then I realized that, man, I actually do want a 4K screen. Now, that LG monitor, that 4K monitor, and a lot of 4K monitors are actually really expensive. And it's not something that I wanted to fork out money for straight away. So I did a bit of checking. I checked all the other monitors, and I realized that the best bang for buck 4K monitor right now that I want to use for editing actually comes from Prism Plus. Now, first of all, that LG gaming monitor, it has 144 Hz, but it also costs 1,400 Singapore dollars, right? And the C315 is only about 500 Singapore dollars, so it's a lot more expensive, more than double the price. But another thing that drew me to the C315 is that it's got 120% coverage of the sRGB color gamut, which is really important for editing. And yes, it's 60 Hz, so I'm not gonna get high refresh rates, but honestly, how many of you have PCs that can push AAA titles on a 4K screen above 60 anyway? And it does come with AMD FreeSync, so you are gonna get smooth play even at 60 Hz. But yeah, I had to make a decision, right? It's come to a point where I don't play games as much anymore, not AAA titles anyway. And I had to choose between something that prioritizes editing and another one that prioritizes gaming. So obviously I'm gonna go with editing because I do that more now. So yep, I got it, and it's over here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can even get this on camera, but this is it. So this is the C315 Max. Alright, so I lowered the table so that we can get the whole thing in frame. Now, just going through some of the really important specs. Now, it's called the C315 Max, so yes, it's a 31.5-inch screen, so it's gigantic. And not just that, it's a curved screen, so that's why it's under the C series of their monitors. Alright, so first of all, like I said, it's got a 31.5-inch display size. Now, it supports HDR400, although this one is a bit iffy for me. I don't understand how they support HDR400 even though it has a peak brightness of 350. I thought that HDR400 needed 400 nits and above, but this has 350, but I need to confirm that, I'm not entirely sure. So being a 4K screen, it has a resolution of 3840 by 2160, and it's got that zero bezel design that Prism Plus always markets. Now, I'm gonna take this out, but again, this is not a full review. I will be doing a full review once I set this up, alright? But now it's just doing an overview. Alright, so I've got it down here now. Let's open it up so that we can take a look at it. This is gonna be so hard to unbox this, it's so big. Okay, so we have, this is part of the stand. I'll put this aside first. This is the leg, alright, over here. Wow, okay, it's actually pretty big. But yeah, it kind of makes sense that it's going to be that big because the panel is also really huge. And now we're going to have to take out the panel. I'm going to have to put this on the floor. There's no way I can get it out on the table. Yeah, it's quite big, so I'm just going to get it out of the box now. Okay, so this is the panel. All right, so it's got a 1500R curve, all right? So if you're wondering, how do you know which screen has a more pronounced curve? Basically, the smaller the number, the more pronounced the curve. So a 1500R compared to maybe a 1200R, the 1200R would have a more pronounced curve. All right, so what else do we have? We've got this here. So you've got your IAC cable, supply power, that's pretty normal. Okay, so these are standoff screws, all right? So it does support VESA mounts, 75 by 75, but you need to add this sort of extender, otherwise it's not going to work. But yeah, so this is it. These screws, I'm going to assume is for the stand. And they also give you a display port cable, so that's very nice. All right, but anyway, let's take out the panel. All right, so looking at the I/O, okay, first of all, you got your power over here. You have an audio out, but it does not have speakers, so remember that. So it just takes the audio signal from the incoming DisplayPort or the HDMI, and you have one single DisplayPort, and you have 3 HDMI ports, all right? And over here, you have your buttons, your menu buttons over here, all right? Pretty straightforward. You're not gonna get a joystick at this price bracket, and I'm totally fine with that. Okay, it took a while, but I've got everything set up. If you wanna know how installing the the stand was, pretty easy. Just 3 screws, which means that you actually get one extra over here, which is nice, all right? So you don't need the standoffs unless you are mounting it to a wall or some sort of mount. But yeah, I decided to plug it in as well. So this is connected to my PC at the back. I mean, first impressions are really nice. You've got that bezel-less design again, although doesn't mean that the screen goes all the way to the end. It just means that it doesn't have a plastic bezel at the side. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is just a product showcase talking about what I'm going to use from now on. I'll do a full review once I have the chance to put it to its paces, plug it into my PC, and yes, I will be using this for all my future editing use. And actually, it's not just one, okay? I got 2, so I am gonna put 2 of them side by side. Now looking at how huge it is, I'm not entirely sure if it will fit on my table, but somehow I'll make it work. But yeah, so look out for that full review coming up very, very soon. And until then, I'm JP. I'll see you real soon.